Hello folks, hope you're having a good day. It's just about 6 PM now. I had a walk earlier. As I was walking earlier, yeah, speaking to God about a number of things, obviously. It's a good walk. Yeah. Well, good for a number of things. I mean, if you tense your legs, it does your legs good. And if you tense your stomach, it gets the wind out of you. Yeah, if you have a lot of wind and that sort of thing, it gets it out of you. So that's good. It works. Indeed. Well, I have problems with that because of my breathing issue. So, trap wind and that sort of thing. So, well, because when I eat, I have to breathe at the same time. And as I swallow, if I breathe, the air goes down to the stomach with the food. And that means I've got more air going down than most people would have. Because if you can breathe through your nose while you're eating, while you're swallowing, then that opens up a different area. So anyway, okay, on to this one. I've done a lot of videos about who you're of recently. Well, I really believe that's going to be a point that God's going to be pushing very much in the near future. Who you're of, and because that's going to be a clearer point than you've got to deal with your sins. Because if the point is, if you're a father, then father's going to help you to deal with your sins, and you'll be more like him. If you're of the world, you're getting further and further and further and further away from father. That's reality, and you're getting more into that sinful nature the more you are of the world. So, as I said before, if you're not of God, then you must be of the devil. Because there's only two. Yeah, you can say you're of the world or of the church, but it's the same thing. Because you're not of God. So God was also talking to me about the ongoing point about one flock, one shepherd, and that the hired person, they often come with plan A, plan B, 2-point plan, a 3-point plan, a 4-point plan, that sort of stuff. But there is only one plan, and that's God's plan. And that really is Father's plan. It's always been his plan. And the problem with these people who come as a hired help is that they come with their plan, and what seems to be most important is the plan. With God, the plan is about him and about people. It's not about anything else, because it's about the relationship with him that the people can have. So it's about him and people. With pastors and leaders, is it the same thing? No. Well, and as I said the other day, do they really care about the people? Because if I really care about someone, if I see someone doing something that could hurt them, I would tell them. That's the point. I would tell them, and I would say, look, if the relationship I have with you has to have problems because I'm highlighting something you don't want to be highlighted, well, I'm still going to highlight that. I'm still going to do that because that has to be done. Because your salvation and your eternal destination is far more important than anything else. That has to be the most important thing in people's lives. And that certainly has to be the most important thing for the leader of the church, because if you're the leader of a church, ask yourself a very, very simple, incredibly simple question. If Father helped you to understand that there are a number of people that have been in your churches in the past as you were a leader, and those people are now in hell because you didn't tell the truth about their issues, and their issues put them in hell. How would you feel about that? Yeah. How would you feel about that? If someone or a few people are in hell because of you. Because you didn't tell those people their issues. And basically help those people to deal with their issues rather than, peace, 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 peace. And, saying nice things all the time. That's the point. As a hired person, of course you want peace. Of course you want peace, yeah. Because it's a job. Yeah. It's a job. You've been trained to do a job. Yeah. And that's the point. It's a job. So, you want it to be comfortable. And, when you go home, you don't want to think, oh no, that person doesn't like me because I said something. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, you don't want all of that, do you? Of course not. What you want is people loving you and people saying, oh, you're amazing, oh, you're amazing, oh, you're amazing. That's what you want as a leader. Yeah. Yeah. So this point about people worshipping the leaders, yeah, it happens all the time. Because the leader loves it. Oh yeah. So if someone says to the leader, can you be my spiritual father? The answer should be no. You've got a spiritual father. That's the Father God. But if you say yes, why? Who is that about? Is it about you? Is it about it feels good to have people look to you? To see you in that way? Well, of course it's better than people seeing you in a negative way, isn't it? Yeah. But that's the point. I've got people who see me in a negative way, but I know, without a shadow of a doubt, I know that when I go to bed, I have peace. Because I know that I've done the best that I could. And basically, if God is happy with me, that's perfect. If people don't like me, okay. That's fine. Well, it's fine, really. It's fine, yeah. If people don't like me, that's okay. Why am I going to care about that? Well, because in the end, there's different people, isn't there? You can move to a different area and everyone in that area would love you. So does it really matter if people in this area don't like me? No, not at all. So that's the point. If I don't care about that, then I can tell the truth. Yeah, if I see something dodgy, I can say, excuse me, that's bad, that's not good at all. You should change that. It's not good, so change it. And obviously if people say, oh, who are you to tell us? Yeah, I don't care. If God tells me about an issue and wants me to tell someone, if I say that to that person, I'm okay. I'm okay completely. It doesn't bother me in any way, shape or form because, well, that's not quite true. It does bother me in a sense that, okay, if people aren't taking notice, then I know that that's not good for them. And that's concerning, but that's only as concerning to the point of, no, okay, I've done my bit, I can't do any more. As long as I do my bit, I can't do any more. It's not my responsibility. Yeah, I mean, it's not as if the people's salvation is my job anyway, because it isn't really. But if I see something that puts them in danger, then it's urgent. Because do I know that person would be alive tomorrow? No. No, of course not. No. So if I see that person is in danger, so if they die now, they could be in hell because of their issues. Should I say something? Should I? To me, I should. To people in church, you shouldn't. Because to people in church, we don't really... It's not our job to look at where you might be going, because that's your concern. And, even if I see something, that's your business. What I need to focus on is my relationship with you. And what I need to focus on is how everyone else sees me in the church. So to make sure everyone else loves me and likes me, I'm going to say the nice thing, or what people think is as the nice thing. Because obviously the nice thing to say is you've got issues and please sort those issues out. That's a nice thing to say. Because you're trying to help that person. That's a loving thing to say. Thinking about you, not them, that's not loving. Not at all. What is it? It's not loving them at all. That's the point. We're supposed to be loving people, and we're supposed to be trusting God as to the consequences of what we say. And we're supposed to be trusting God that it will help us to learn to say things in a way that's of His will and His way. So that if people get offended, then it's His will they get offended and not down to our, terrible way of saying things. But we have to learn. So if we don't say anything until we're absolutely perfect about saying things, we won't say anything at all. So should you care if people say, "Oh, you hurt me when you said that"? Well, I wasn't trying to hurt you. If you're offended, then okay. Right. Did I tell the truth? Yeah. If the truth is hurting you, then deal with it. The way I said it, okay. Do I need to be better at that? Yeah. Of course. And in the future, I will learn to do it better. Hopefully. Obviously. Hopefully, yeah. And that's the point. That's how people need to think. Tell truth to people. If you've got an issue with someone, tell them. Just tell them. That's the point. Because if you don't tell them and you don't talk to them at all, and basically say, I don't care about you at all now, I won't talk to you at all, then that's the problem. That's that noisy thing, whatever that is. Is that a plane or something? Sounds like it. Anyway. Yeah, but that's the point. If you don't care about someone, then that's a major problem. You've got to sort that out. You have to sort that out. That's a you problem. It's not a them problem. It is a you problem. So, if I say something to you and you get offended by it, I'm sorry. If what I've said isn't true, then that's a me problem. But if you get offended by it and you won't talk to me at all because of that, then you've made it a you problem anyway. Okay? If what I've said is wrong, then that's my problem. It isn't your problem at all. But if you're offended by that, then it is your problem. You've made it your problem. But if what I say is right, and it's truth, and you need to deal with it, and you're offended and don't talk to me at all, then you've got two problems now. The problem I said about, and now the problem about being offended and not talking to me now. Basically hating me. Well, because that is the point. Now, that's what people in church do. They hate on people. Yeah. If someone says something they don't like, they actually hate on them. But that's the point. I mean, I would ask a question. I've said to the pastor that there's one individual who is doing that. And do I think the pastor has spoken to this person? No, because I said that to this person before Sunday. Was there any difference in this person's behaviour on Sunday? No. So has the pastor spoken to this person about that? No, not at all. Do I think he's going to? No, I don't. And is her behaviour going to damage me? No, but it's going to certainly damage her. Completely. Does he care that it could hurt her? No idea. If he cares, then he should talk to her about that to sort it out. That's the point. If you care for someone, then help that person to sort things out. It's important for them. Is it important for you? Yeah, if you're a leader, is that important to you? To help people deal with their issues? Because if it is, then sometimes you have to tell other people about their issues. And will those people like you when you do that? Some of them will, but others won't like you if you do that, no. And that's a massive problem for leaders, isn't it, really? Because it's a good job. It's a good job to have. Well, that's the point. A lot of people who... the person who actually preached on Sunday preached about this, about you have a lot of people who don't believe and yet still preach because it's a cushy job. He said it. It's a cushy, bloody job. You have people looking up to you all the time. You have people treating you as if you're important, as if you're like royalty, basically. Especially in that church. You're the king, basically, yeah. And they love it. But if people don't like you, then you know they talk to other people about what you said. And then more people won't like you. Ooh. Does it matter enough? That's the point. Does it matter enough? If you're a leader, would you say something to someone that could basically save that person, but you could lose your job as a pastor or leader? Would you say something? Now, most of the leaders would say, of course I would. Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, speak the truth to yourself. Would you really? Ask God about your past. Have you had that sort of issue before? Yeah. And you didn't speak to that person because of that? Ask Father if that's happened before. Most leaders, if you ask the Father if it's happened before, the answer will be yes. Yeah, it happened before, and you didn't tell that person what you should say. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. So power is great. People love power. People love people loving them, of course, and all that sort of thing. So yeah. Well, say, do I? Not really. I've never had it, so I don't know. I can't say what I've never had. Can I? Really? So yeah, I'm from a situation where if I do have it, I could find it to be a major problem. I could. That is possible. That if I had that sort of situation and people were behaving to me in that way, being incredibly loving towards me and loving what I was doing, could that be addictive? Could that be something I would want? Yeah. No. Hopefully not. I hope not. I really hope not. Well, as I said before, if you put the right people next to you, then it wouldn't work. Like that. Yeah, because as soon as that person sees you saying, "Oh, people love me. Oh, great," they would say, "Excuse me, really? They're supposed to be loving God, not you. It's not about you at all." Yeah. So I've got to make sure I've got people like that next to me. Yeah. Especially a wife like that. Yeah, that'd be gorgeous. That's what I want. I don't want a wife who's going to be kissy-arsey. No, I want a wife. If I'm going to be married, I need a wife who's going to give me a kick up the arse when I need it. A wife who's going to be loving, but loving me enough to say what needs to be said. Yeah. If I get some wife like a lot of women who won't say, certainly not Christian women, who won't say something because they think you'd be offended by that. No. Say it. Yeah. Well, sometimes I will be offended if she says something nasty to me. But then I will ask her, why did you say it? Yeah. Is it true? That's the point. Is it true? Because if it's true, I've got to deal with that. It doesn't matter if the way she said it was in anger or whatever. Is it true? Because that's the first question. Is it true? So, yeah. But that's what I want. That'd be beautiful to have. So there you go. I'm going to leave you to it. We're coming up to 21 minutes. I think that's long enough for this video. So there you go. I wish you well. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a wonderful week, etc., etc. Bye-bye.